All right, Vince, we are going to be jumping into map number 2 here of the grand finals. And yeah, it is the pick coming in from CLG Red. The first one, unfortunately for Dignitas, it didn't quite go their way. But we saw the deaths. There weren't too many believers for for Dignitas here in map 2.
No, there weren't, and I can understand why. This is the pick of CLG Red. We're expecting just more of the same. Dignitas won both pistols. They still got completely dismantled, so I think pistols are going to have to be front and center again. I need to see more collectively. Elite and Showdown had really good performances here. The rest of the team kind of lagged behind a little bit on Dignitas women, so I need to see these guys really step up to the plate and deliver some big performances. Otherwise, they're done. This is over if not.
Yeah, one player I really want to see step up is Rain, because she was a player to watch for me personally in the group stages early in the tournament. So she had a quiet start on train, did manage to kind of recover in the second half. Here we go. Dig opting to start on the CT side. 4 players. They've gone for this crossfire stack towards brackets, and it's going to be circumvented by the T's because they're going to be popping out straight via waterfall from the app. Oh.
And of course, it's Diane. Of course it is. Just landing all the headshots. Not missing a beat from that first map performance. It was mainly with the AWP, but showing she can get it done with the USP, with the Glock. Anything that you give her, she will make work. 3v3 retake on the cards. There is a kit. Elite will be wielding that, but they've lost Milk. And they've lost Rain alongside it. So it will be the aforementioned Elite that has to leave and charge from the front, but she is dismantled, as are Dignitas.
Well, and a few extra bullets into the corpse once again by Goose this time around, just to ensure that Emily's not going to rise from her grave. But Diane, what a round. They had a plan in mind, Vince, and even though the opening kills did go the way of the CTs, what a recovery coming in from Diane, single-handedly pretty much ensuring the round's going to go their way. And that's a good start for CLG here. They did lose the first pistol round on train. An eco for Dignitas. I say an eco, it's a few upgraded pistols though. We still see a P2K and a USB in the mix, and Goose Breeder just takes out Rain. So 1 P250 taken away, and Emily's going to be, well, just mowed down. Nothing she can do, all alone by a lonesome Emmy leading the charge with the Mag-10, and this round should be done. Goose, we're falling back towards Banana, holding a close angle. Just ensuring no cheeky flanks, no backstab coming in from the CTs. And Emmy's going to continue on her merry ways, looking to just farm that bit of cash. You know, she's got a daddy's little trust fund gun in her hands. And they're going to be making that money. Jennifer getting a kill, Emmy with a couple, extra money in the bank. And more importantly, Vince, they don't lose a single player as well. However, for Dig, the buy is going to be coming on in. But it's not that great. CT side, right? They have to kind of commit more to the utility rather than having the better weaponry, and that is something I can respect. It is Inferno. It's a map which can be won off the back of just the utility, the smokes and the Molotov. So let's see what they have in store for us here.
Yeah, but the concerning part of this aspect is because they did invest a little bit into pistols, this buy is pretty grim. I mean, the bonus round for CLG Red, you could argue, is actually superior to Dignitas' full purchase. They've got an MP9 in the hands of Thea and Milk. They've got 2 FAMASs. They've only got 1 M4 and no kits, and already have got no more smokes allocated with 1 minute and 20 to play with. This is so bare bones from Dignitas.
Maybe those P250s they purchased maybe just wasn't worth it, right? An extra flashbang, it could even be the difference maker, but this A-bomb site, they've lost a lot of real estate. CLG Red doing great work, forcing Dignitas to keep 4 CTs towards A. Milk was playing a little aggressively towards the Banana. She had to gather a bit of information, but she's going to be forced on back as well. And look at the amount of map control for CLG Red here. They can pretty much go anywhere they want, and it's going to be aggression, re-aggression from the CTs. They needed to go for it. Yuli takes on Sholiana, Thea with the trade. Emily, she could line them up, but she's just going to deal a bit of damage into Diane, and she's going to have to fall on back towards the bomb side. And a hit, it's going to keep on coming here. And Thea finds one, quickly traded. Emily above the boxes, good for one, but Diane wants one with the trade. But it's a 2v2, Vince. This is doable.
The bomb was a really awkward spot as well, but Jennifer can retrieve it, now put it down. 2 rifles in the hands of CLG Red, albeit a low Diane. 5 kills, 193 ADR, maybe taking off some scouts. We've got a good crossfire in. But Jennifer needs to stick the landing, and she does just that with 2 quick-fire headshots. CLG Red have dealt with Dignitas' force, and now they should be on a decent path to more rounds.
You know what's crazy, Vince, is the fact that this was, like you said, it was the mix of the Galils and the Mac-10s. They won the round with that, and right now they know the money's broken with Dig again, so they're not going to go for the full buy once more. It's going to be the Mac-10s coming out with Diane and Goose Breeder looking to just, you know, farm a bit more cash. The money starting to look a little dangerous here. Jennifer on 6K, Emmy, Goose, and Diane on an average of $3,300, and as long as they play the cards right here, they could have quite a bit of money heading to round number 5. But for Dig, this one flashbang, if it pops at the right time, they could get at least a couple of kills here.
It's possible, but with Diane, with the Mac-10 and the M4 alongside it, they've stopped the initial charge. There was a flashbang tossed over by Thea, I believe, on the site. And she is the last woman alive for Dignitas, but not for much longer. CLG Red, a 4K on Jennifer, padding those stats in an eco. But hell, you can only beat what's up against you, Blair, and they've done that in style these last 4 rounds.
The only bad thing that happened there for CLG Red was the fact that there were no Mac-10s. The Mac-10s didn't get a single kill. Diane's brought out the auto sniper in round number 5 on the T side of Inferno. This is something you don't see that often, Vince. Not at all.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief. I'm going to assume that might have been a misbuy. It's not really the time to be flexing just yet. It's a bit early days still, but maybe they make it work. Wide swing out, good for Milk. Gets 2 for 2 in terms of a trade, and have they even heard the auto sniper? I don't think they realize this is in the server just yet. Emily, though, with the AWP is posted up, and Emmy takes the head clean off. That's an outrageous entry frag. Goose Breeder on the cross. Probably should have got that frag, and you can see that her reaction pretty much confirms that feeling. 2v2, and Diane, unsurprisingly, Blair is now actually traded to the M4. Huge shocker on that one. Having an auto sniper post-plant, not ideal. Thea now stuck alone. Flashbang doesn't quite go far enough to affect her. She does have a kit and a smoke to put onto the site, but it's all down to this wide swing. She needs a headshot. She needs to pull off quickly, and instead it's Diane that will make it 5 for CLG Red.
I am a bit disappointed that Diane didn't continue holding on to the auto sniper. It would be kind of like a power play, Vince. It's more like, look at me, I'm still going to use an auto sniper in a 2v2. It could have been what would have broken the morale of Dignitas, but for the very first time, I see Big Daddy Diane kind of show that she is human after all. Once more, pistol's going to be coming out, although they do have a bit of utility to bolster this buy. A couple of P250s, a couple of 5.7s, but the way CLG Red have been so good on these anti-force buys or anti-ecos, I don't really worry for them. Although, no Mac-10s this time around, Vince. It's going to be the rifles for CLG Red. And they are being very methodical. Good use of utility to just clear out some of the usual angles. And Dig, what are they going to do here? They have those flashbangs. I would love a flash to pop on out and for them to just pounce upon this brackets area and try and catch a couple of kills in all the chaos.
Oh, smoke clears. Yuli with the freebie. Saw the trajectory of the smoke being tossed out towards mid. Diane posting up with a frag, and CLG Red looking like it's business as usual. Smiles on the faces as far as can be seen. And although Dignitas are getting a bit of information, pushing down Banana, it's not really valuable intel because CLG Red are about to push the bomb in. Hold on a second, though. Milk may be able to catch them in transition. But a second bodyguard player came in. They made sure they safely escorted the bomb to the site. And with 30 seconds, this round is a done deal, Blair. 6-0 start on the T side of Inferno.
It is... it's a rough time. It's a horrific start for Dig. And of course you're going to go for the hunt. It's against the pistols. It's really not worth it. But when you're kind of flush for cash, I guess it's forgiven. Milk doing good job there. Dealing quite a bit of damage. Raina's managed to kind of outflank the two Ts. She could find one. Could deal a bit of damage to this 5-7. And she is in... Never mind, Yuli. Oh no. stares down at her teammate, her fallen teammate, and all she does is just lose it, completely lose it. She is literally almost laughing her ass out, like literally.
The thing is, to be fair, Diane did kind of run in the way of that ball.
True.
A little bit. You can't take the risk. I do wonder, though, if CLG Red was 6-0 behind, do we see those smiles, those laughs come out? Maybe not. But hell, when you're absolutely dominating your opposition, you have to enjoy all the moments. Yuli nearly burns alive 100-0, gets finished off by the grenade. That's the first good start that Dignitas have had.
Unlike the setup as well. Emily, she's not going to miss those. Thea just peers around the corner, trying to catch another T, but the final 3 remaining members of CLG Red, for the very first time, I feel like, Vince, in this entire map, on the back foot. And they're going to be slowly creeping on and going for the contact play. Crossfire kind of set up. One boosted up above. Smoke's going to block her off, and Diane gets the opening. Rain spraying blindly and wildly. Just good for one. Emmy with a trade. 2v3 now. They have a couple of smokes to work with, but Emmy's position here, she should get the kill. Spots on Emily, goes for the spray, doesn't quite land the killing blow. Emily, I'm not too sure why she's still looking to take that fight considering how low she is. But now they know where both the T's are, and that is information gained.
Yeah, that was a madness going for the repeat, but it looks like they may very well get away with it as Emily gets 2. Fast on the trigger. But they weren't just playing for the round there, though, Blair. If Emily dies, that's 3 players that go down in the round, and then Dignitas' economy would be absolutely shambolic. It's still going to be rough. But at least they have gave themselves a bit of a foundation they can try and swing back into this half with.
Indeed, I think you hit the nail right on the head there, Vince. Like, money is still going to be a problem for Dig, right? You lose the 2 players, and even the 3 players to stay alive, you have to repurchase the utility, and it's not cheap. You can see money quite rough still for Dig, and they need to ensure they string a couple of rounds here together without losing too many players, without hemorrhaging too many players in order to make this half competitive. They want to string a few rounds, try and whittle away, try and chip away the economy of CLG Red, and get your confidence going as well. CLG Red, they have been unstoppable, just unrelenting force of nature so far. And just pretty much continuing what they were doing on the Train T side, Vince. They were just running away with it, and they haven't paused. Now, different map, doesn't matter. They continue to punish, continue to be aggressive, continue to be in the face. But amidst all these, you know, the success they're finding, I gotta say, it has been pretty tactical. It hasn't been just individuals running out. The spacing has been good. Their utility usage has been fantastic as well. And Rain, down to 2 HP, will have to run away with tail tucked between the legs. And just the way they're able to wrest map control away from Dignitas, it has been some brilliant stuff to watch.
No, exactly. I think it would be doing a disservice to say that they've just been sort of all aim and no brain. That has not been the case whatsoever. They've had the brains and the brawn behind it. And with 30 seconds, they will be pushing in again. Molly's put down onto short. Pit has been completely isolated from Sholiana, who's not sure where to look. And Thea, oh, that wasn't in midair. I was about to say, if she just got killed in midair, I would have probably just left. I wouldn't have blamed them if they raged to it as well. But there was a second player in there with a spray. I thought that was full-on midair shenanigans. 2v3, but Rain is low, and this is where losing those plays in the last round comes back to haunt Dignitas. They've got to save.
Yeah, they have to. Rain being on a 2 HP, just a piece of shrapnel in the knee that's going to take care of her, so she's going to run far, far away from the danger. But yeah, Vince, it's grim. I did say they needed to string a few rounds together here, but this is the complete opposite of that. They've been pretty much reset. Emmy even saying, you know what? I don't even need to play anymore. Just tosses her headphone away, just walks away from a PC. She's like, you guys just do this 4v5. It's fine. You don't need me right now.
She went to get another lollipop, get the shades back on again. It's too easy for CLG Red. It's time to bust out the shades.
See? She's not even there. It would be so toxic if they resumed the game 4v5. I would love it as well. But no, they're called for an attack timeout. Fair enough. Look at the money, Vince, for CLG Red. I know Goose hasn't bought up. She's in 8K, but even after the buy, there's an average about $6,000 to $7,000 for like 4 of the teammates. And that's That's grim, because, you know, on the T side, you don't really need too much of money. You can make it work with a bit of utility, you know, sometimes some Tech 9s or even an SMG against a full buy. It is still viable. So the fact that they have 7K as an average amongst 4 of the players is just kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it's because so many of the rounds have just been straightforward, fairly convincing, you know, losing 2 players, maybe maximum, having a smart understanding of the economic strife that they may fall into. And already, regardless from what happens on this point, obviously CLG Red want at least 10 rounds. But already having 7 is just such a huge bit of relief. Like, it allows you to free yourself up, play a little bit more calm and collected. You can even take a couple of risks. You can get a little bit cheeky here, Blair, because you know you've got such a buffer of rounds that it's Dignitas' now to really take control. It's down to them to prove that they deserve to get back into this half.
Indeed. This buy, they need to convert this. AWP in the hands of Emily. She's going to be holding top of Banana. Milk playing up close, but with the smoke fading away, dissipating, she's going to have to backtrack back towards the top of Banana. In fact, she's going to be heading all the way back to help out a teammate at Emmy, doing the dance macabre with range. She's going to come out on top, but the flashbang is good, but Milk all caught looking the wrong way, and Emmy's not stopping Vince. She's just a walking death machine. What are these shots from Emmy?
Oh, I'm speechless. That third shot on Emily, I need to see that from Emmy's perspective, because that looked like it was straight up gangster drive-by stuff. Like, I don't know where she went. Maybe to sign a pact with the devil after that round. Like, that's absolutely outrageous. I thought she was going to get caught in CT spawn when she up and over that flashbang, because it looked like she didn't have an idea that there was a rotational player in, but the flashbang was spot on. That is an unbelievable round from Emmy. She's 13-5, and it feels like all of her kills have been so impactful.
I'm genuinely flabbergasted after that. That was like, well, Goose continuing the trend as well. Nice shot at Thea. Sholiana at least able to save an AK-47, Vince. But if you take a look at the money for Dig, it's quite miserable. Let's take a look at this. Like, great dance of death here with Rain. Finds one, flashbang up high, catches Milk, and then the final shot onto Emily. Emily misses the shot, but nah. Oh, come on. Just absolutely dumpstered. Oh.
Even in super slow motion, that was a rapid headshot. I guarantee you at normal speed, she barely even saw it. She has the glasses on. Yes.
She's got 2 glasses on. She's wearing the shades over her normal glasses. Like, she's operating in 2077, Vince, and we're stuck in 2020. It's absolute madness. Look at the lunatic. Look at this mad person. I love it. I love everything about this.
She's gone full Keanu in the Matrix, in Cyberpunk. Straight up immortal scenes. 145 ADR. Dignitas have an AK-47. That's basically all they have. At least 3 players stacked though over on B. And that smoke will stall CLG Red for a little bit longer. But it seems like they're happy to pivot off this play afterwards. Throwing a smoke in, keeping some of the CTs interested, but it will be a B hit.
It will indeed be the B hit. And they also have the AK-47 rotating towards this bomb site. Milk waiting for the flash. They were expecting some aggression from Dignitas, but it was all a ruse, Vince. They're going to be running straight back towards the A bomb site, keeping Jennifer towards the top of Banana, maybe looking for an aggression from the CTs. Diane's going to be leading the way with a P250 in hand, and just 1 player on that A bomb site. Make that 2, because Sholiana has shown herself. She can actually get the kill on Diane, but Diane survives. Thea finds one. Sholiana, she's got to do a lot of work, and finding Yuli all of a sudden around, which should have gone the way of Dignitas very easily, is suddenly doable, winnable for Dig, because they have the player advantage, and Diane is bleeding out.
Bleeding out, but they have Jennifer that's watching middle. Spray's not quite on point. Got 1, but no second kill forthcoming. It feels like Goose Breeder will have to be the ace in the hole. Perhaps not, but the crossfire is good. Both players are low. There is a kit for Rain, but she's lost her life. And that brief opportunity has been shut close, slammed in the face of Dignitas, but at least they have rifles to come back with now. So we're seeing like life signs at least, Blair. They're not completely done just yet.
The shades are off, Vince. I am disappointed. All right. Let's see what they got here. Oh. A ton of Molotovs being tossed in by the CD side. I like this from Dig towards Banana. They're finally going for the aggro play towards Banana, getting that map control. The problem is, even if they get it, it's like CLG Red they just reclaim it back later on in the round. So 1:30 seconds on the clock, 1:25 seconds to be more precise. It's going to be the A hit coming on in. And the Red is so well, Vince. They know it's probably just 2 players. And Thea, she should be careful. She needs to find one. She will indeed. But Emmy, did she get that from top? Was that in midair? I don't even know. And at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if she did find a kill midair. Milk trying a desperate best to stem the bleeding. But she will fall as well. But now, 3v2. Jennifer alive and 4 HP. But the bomb, it will be planted.
Rounds like that, though, encapsulate what you touched on, Blair. Completely agree with you that it wasn't just the individual prowess. Dignitas, in terms of individuals, they can stand. They can actually exchange frags. They can do decent work. But look at the utility. Look at the positioning. Look at the follow-up the CLG Red had in that round. It wasn't just running out and popping off heads, but they were making sure any kills that were put down were instantly avenged. Now, Showdown, best you can do is save the AWP. That won't be happening. Already double digits, and this is turning into a bit of a nightmare.
It's a waking nightmare, Vince. It's a waking nightmare. It's kind of like you have the sleep paralysis demon coming at you, and this time it's 2 demons. One's called Diane, the other's called Emmy, and there's nothing you can do about it. You try to scream, but you have no mouth. That's exactly what's happening for Dig at the moment. 10-1. Grand Finals, a rematch of DreamHack Showdown Summer, and it is nowhere close to being as close as the game we saw in the previous edition. It was a great best of 3 where we went back and forth, the final map, Nuke heading to OT and all of that good stuff. And this is just a beating. And Emmy and Diane leading the pack. 29 kills between the 2 players is just, it's domination, Vince.
Yeah, collectively, Dignitas have 23 kills. They're averaging less than 2 kills per round.
Ugh.
So when you put that into context, it's why the economy is so devastating on CLG Red, why that 10-1 lead feels so one-sided. It's because, honestly, if I'm being brutally honest, it has been Blair. This has been a bloodbath.
Well, ooh, nice nade. Great work. Considering the buy Dig have, that's some great damage being dealt onto Diane. But the thing with Diane is, Vince, how many times have you seen her on single-digit HP and she somehow escapes the round and clutches it for a team? It's like you need her to be in the grave before you can count her out of a round, which is ludicrous if you think about it. But for the time being, Dig, they managed to deal the damage. They've kind of come out on top here. Can they somehow convert, though? That's a question here. Can they deal a bit of damage towards CLG Red?
I like to see it from a neutral's viewpoint. They could get something done, but again, with pistols, it's not looking too sharp. They've been dulled down with Elite. The Puppet Master has been put out of her misery. Milk could get a kill on the cross if Emmy walks in, and indeed she will. P250 sticks for 1, and now Milk at least has an AK and has that forward positioning where the other 2 can pivot from. Thea, Sholiana, both coming up from Banana, but this will have to come down to Milk. She still has 2 flashbangs. Has Kevlar behind that AK, and Milk finishing off the weakened Yuli, who is dinked out from the Banana side. Goose Breed, 1v3, has got 1 already to a name and is looking for more, forcing them off the side. But they still get this headshot. Is there enough time, though? This is going to be very close, but I think they just about have it, Blair. They pulled it off. They pulled the miracle out with P250s.
I was as lost as you were, because you sounded very confused as to how all of a sudden from a 3v3 was a 1v3, and I was as lost as you were, Vince. Out of nowhere, signs of life. There is a pulse. There is a pulse on the Dignitas side. What a round, just with the pistols, the P250s, the timing on the flank from Milk as well, and Thea with a P250 to shut down Goose Breeder at the end. I don't want to say we have a game in our hands yet, but this is a good sign. They haven't flatlined yet.
Oh, that Molotov.
That's rough.
That's not good at all. That's done a lot of damage to both Jennifer and Goosebreeder, and they've been finished off. These are the kind of mistakes that CLG Red need to make sure do not happen too much. Emily, wide swing out, gets the upper hand onto Jennifer. Great follow-up damage from Showdown. We're seeing, finally, Dignitas arrive on the server on Inferno. They will get 3. For me, they need to get the full 5 from this point.
Welcome back to the game, Dignitas. Welcome back. That was well done. They were taking the fight, of course. You know, it all got started with the failed Molotov, but still great work. The way they were just swapping around players with an arch area, taking the fight, Sholiana popping off. Good flashbangs from a teammate as well. CLG Red, they're not going to be cowed down. 2 more rounds remain. If Dignitas can get all the remaining 2 and get to 5 rounds, there is a chance. There's a tiny chance, but there is an opportunity. Emily with a cheeky little boost, unfortunately not able to quite land the flick shot onto the player towards Mexico. And Goose on the look, showing her presence, telling them, I am here. You need to make sure you're aware of it. Milk spots out a player. Malta's going to be raining on in, and Milk is completely blinded, and Yuli peering through the smoke. Flashbang's good, but Rage needs to convert. She's good for 1, but Emmy's going to trade. It's a 4v3 now, Vince. Bomb's going to be planted. Retake's going to be on. They have the utility. They have a kit as well, but 4v3, I'm not fancying it.
No, neither am I, but I think they're at that point in the game where they kind of have to go for every little scrap that they can. Saving is no longer good enough. Beautiful flashbang tossed in by Emmy, and it's Goosebreeder's aim that is true and straight, as is CLG Red. But I think that round, you know, we've been waxing lyrical as they're all jumping around on the corpse of their enemies, but we've been waxing lyrical about how great Emmy has been, and, you know, Diane has been absolutely on point. But I think that round kind of encapsulates what Yuli brings to the table. She's more of that sort of supportive element, but she also almost acts like an entry fragger at times, and her getting that opening pick and absorbing the bullets on the way in absolutely got them that B site. So even though statistically may not be the best player, she's doing a lot of work for her teammates.
Oh, look at the barrage utility, but Milk with 2 range raids. Bomb dropped out in the open. But Yuli, finally, you took her name, Vince. You said how crucial she is for this team, and she's gone off. Well, a couple of missed shots from Emily, but the flick will land into Emmy. Yuli left alone. She's going to take her time, goes for the reload. Emily's position known. Yuli almost lined up for her, but they will win a very, very crucial 4th round. But will it be enough? We're going to be finding out after a short break.
Open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all
What a showing coming out here from the side of CLG Red, 11-4 as we ended the halftime. But now, Dig, everything on the line, Vince. I know not many people believe, considering the form the CLG Red players are on right now, but I want to be a believer. I want to believe in Christmas miracles as much of a Grinch as I am.
Me too, Blair. Neutral's perspective, I want to see fireworks. I want to see Dignitas get another pistol. They had a great record on Train, but they lost the first Thea. Thea and Yuli exchange kills. And it's Thea that pays with her life as a result. But Dignitas, they've bypassed most of this mid-aggression. They've gone straight through. And oddly enough, the teams will be trading places. Milk, though, at range puts down Yuli. And now Jennifer up close dispatches Milk. 3-on-3 post-plant.
That was a bit of utility they had taken out for the side of Dig. No kits for CLG Red. They went for the 5 USP purchase, like 5 Kevlar purchase rather. And a big gap in the smoke. Diane waiting for a teammate to arrive. They're going to be going for this retake together. Diane gets the opening pick, tapping away. Rain trapped in the corner. She's going to find one, but Emmy snipes her down, and Emmy, there's no stopping her at all. Diane and Emmy, and what's going on, Vince? What's going on? Like, it's confusing. Analyze this, Vince. I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm lost.
She said she dropped a lollipop. She needed a new one.
Is that what she said?
Yes, I'm sure that's what it was. Definitely.
Whew.
She couldn't find it because of the shades, you know? The light had gone. She needed help. She needed guidance.
I can't do this, man. Every time I cast them, it has to be... It's the common element here. It's always Diane. It's Diane and Goose, or it's Diane and Emmy. And they're just... Anyway, Emmy. Speak of the lady herself, she's going to find a couple. Quickly gets traded, though. Tech9's leading the charge, but Jennifer's there. The bomb will be dropped at her feet. And Thea, young Thea, in a 1v4. Tech9 out. And there's nothing she can do. 3K for Jennifer. 13-4. And, well, Vince, we did say the pistol round's going to be very, very crucial for Dignitas, but nothing's quite going their way. CLG Red, the pain train, it just continues to carry on.
Yeah, that Juggernaut's not slowing down, is it? It's just picking up pace, picking up momentum. And this feels like how the last map would have gone if CLG Red won both pistols over there as well. Dignitas, at least they have rifles to play behind, but no huge surprise. It's just super aggressive plays. Gooseberry nearly dies to the Molotovs. Down to 5 HP, but they have forward banana control and a smoke behind it.
Deep banana control from Jennifer. She has the FAMAS as well. Excuse me, especially at that range, it could be quite deadly. Even though the timing here. They know where she is, but the Molotov's got to keep the player towards Rampant Bay. They're going to take the fight. I'm not too sure about the play from Jennifer. And Rain punishes her. And they're aware, considering how deep Jennifer was, that it's probably just her alone towards the B bomb side. That's going to force out a rotation from 2 of the players. Now, Goose is on just 5 points of health. But Diane, Big Daddy Diane, she's on the bomb site now.
They have lost Emmy. And now Diane all alone. Yuli other side of the map. 17 kills, 113 ADR, but she goes down to Emilite. And Yuli at least splatters Thea against the wall, and that will be an AK traded up. Makes this a little bit more costly, but in terms of the round, it will be finding its way towards Dignitas. So it looks like that Juggernaut, as we were touching on, has slowed down a little bit. It's still hurtling towards the finish line. It's up to Dignitas to fully derail it before it can get there. They do have a 5th round at least, Blair.
They do. Hard-fought round. But again, bear in mind, this was just the inferior weaponry, so to speak, for CLG Red, though. And, well, you know what? They managed to force CLG Red to just work with the pistols. And it looks like I don't remember the last time CLG Red were stuck only with pistols, to be very honest. It's been that long. Couple of digs there. A bit of utility as well. And for Dig, if they want to mount this comeback, if they want to claw their way back, it starts now. It starts from here. Win the round. Don't lose more than 1 player. Take it one round at a time. It's doable. I mean, these ladies, like you pointed out, Vince, they have the individual prowess. They have the individual... Thea, that's not it. That's not what you do. The USP Deagle combo. That was a big mistake from Thea there, Vince. She had no information, and she was so certain that there was no one playing up close towards brackets, and she gets punished for it.
What witchcraft is Yuli pulling out where she actually got the kill there? That looked like Diane just put a deagle around through the head, but somehow Yuli's USP got the kill? What is going on? I'm so confused. As will be CLG Red, because they're just getting pushed into one by Dignitas. And they've got low players as the CZ pushed up on the boost, but finally some sanity is falling back under wraps. Jennifer now with the deagle. Oh, spins across for the second free haircut given. Across to the entirety of Dignitas, and they have stumbled, tripped, and they have face planted. That could be it.
Oh. Okay. I'm sure there was a 1D. I agree with you. Anyway, it looks like the end. If that doesn't break Dignitas, credit to their spirit and their mental fortitude, because that would have broken me. That's when I just literally just bang my desk in a matchmaking game and just call it quits. That's just rough. That's just so very rough, Vince.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you bounce back from that. Not just sort of mentally, but quite literally the scoreline. Felt like that was their key to success. They had to clamber onto it with both hands. Flashes are good. This execute is looking slick. And in position, Yuli runs out of ammunition, expending each and every one of her AK-47 rounds. And with that loss of life over on A, okay, Dignitas have got themselves another rifle round. And this is where it definitely does bridge the gap a little bit. This is how you detox it a little bit. You go right back in, you only lose one play, and you say, look, we made a colossal mess up last round. That was basically on us. That's not CLG Red outplaying us. To a degree, that's us walking into a stack. If we make sure that we dot our I's and cross our T's, there's every chance that we can get back into this half. They're going to just take it one round at a time, insert cliche here, but at least they're going in the right direction.
Yeah, it is. It is indeed. The only issue for me is Vince, and I hate to be the naysayer. I keep saying it. It's just that for CLG Red, they've saved us 2 guns. I know there are a couple of players who are low on funds, but I'm sure they're going to be dropped the guns. It's going to be yet another buy they have to contend with. But if they can do that, if they can win this round number 21, that's going to break the economy for CLG Red. And then, you know what? Then it's round number 8 in the back, pretty much guaranteed. And the comeback, you can kind of see it on the horizon then, but still, 14-6 is still far, far away. CLG Red just need 2 more rounds to be crowned the queens, the empress of North American Counter-Strike. And once more, Goose, she's going to be aggressive. Aggression everywhere. They're pushing the extremities of the map, Vince. This is so strange and so rough, but they're still going to come out on top. The wombo combo of Emmy and Diane, they're going to shut it down. Dignitas just getting mowed down alive, but Diane at least gets taken by Emily. So a trade does take place, but they are a player down. It's a 4v3, and they have a lot of time to work with, but that's about it.
That round really highlights to me just how confident CLG Red are. You said it. It was a scrappy, odd kind of culmination of players in apps, but it works out. They both win their duels. If one of them dies, they both die in quick succession. This round may still be open for debate, though. Emilite managing to bypass Goose Breeder, who is in library, so that allows 2 players to wrap around, leaving Jennifer with her back against the wall, but she has struck, and that's the bomb that goes with it. They needed that kill cleanly. That would have been the B site begging to be planted on, but instead Jennifer is still here. Now they've lost Yuli, and Jennifer's gone down as well, but the timing works against them again. It's Emmy that steps up and goes in for a second, and now 9 championship points find their way to CLG Red.
Emmy's just I don't even know what to say. Emmy's just a goddess of death, just untouchable, just unplayable at times, and it's not. Again, it's not just her alone. Everyone in this team's been stepping up. Like, Diane's been looking great. Jennifer with some massive rounds. But Emmy I'm just disappointed she doesn't have the shades on. But apart from that, she's just been so brilliant to watch. unbridled aggression from the entire team. This is called, you know, Vince, I know you're a connoisseur of clean, beautiful Counter-Strike, right? Like clinical, you know, poetic Counter-Strike. This is FUCS from CLG Red. It's literally like, we don't give a damn. You are not worthy of us to really care. It's just in your face CS. And you know what? It's a treat for me personally, because I love this.
As do I. There is something wholly refreshing about this no-respect style of Counter-Strike. And when you have players that are popping off left and right, and it seems like Dignitas just can't really clamber on for a single rung of the ladder back up to the top. This is the kind of ruthlessness that you kind of have to play with. You can't afford to have mercy on your opponents. You've got to put them down quick. Don't give them a second chance. Nice shot from Diane, who nearly goes in for 2. But again, that wraparound, it's available.
It is. And a hit is going to be coming on in, but once more it's going to be Jennifer and Goose. Goose going to find the first. Quick trade from Rain. She needs to get the second as well, but that's not going to happen. Jennifer will get clotheslined by Emily. What a shot from her. And now a 2v2. Dignitas trying to stave off what looks like the inevitable. That's not exactly a great flash from Sholiana, but a position. She's trapped towards new box. The second flash is much better, but she's going to stick on around, and she's finally going to make her escape, avoiding the incendiary. But out in the open, and Emmy and Yuli, they're going to finish it off. Stereo frags as Barlow flies to save Vince. And there you have it. Back-to-back champions, CLG Red, and what a showcase of force from the champions here, Vince.
Absolutely incredible performance by CLG Red. Well-deserved DreamHack Showdown win to NA champions one more time.
CLG Red, they do it again. And they do it even more convincing than when they did it a half a year ago. Thank you so much to Blam Vince for the commentary. And CLG Red, I mean, Potter, Miss Harvey, I know you guys' heart is on CLG Red already, and these girls, they just proved the heart's in the right place this time.
For sure. And you know, we were talking about how Xset didn't seem to be, you know, that excited. It does feel the same for CLG Red, especially that last game was kind of unfortunate turn of event for Dig. There was not a lot to be contested in the server, and we saw who today run away with the champions back to back, kind of the same story as what we saw with EU. CLG Red, the double champions.
Yeah, Potter. What more is there to say? This does... All right, so there were some glimmers of hope in that second map. There was almost a chance for the miraculous comeback of the ages, but that would have been a long shot. And I mean, we knew it was CLG's map pick. It was an uphill battle, and Dignitas just, I don't know, they couldn't get their foot in the door.
Yeah, no, they definitely couldn't. And I mean, CLG Red were just smurfing out there. There was no competition. I mean, Emmy, she was not being stopped. Diane was farming. These kinds of games are pretty challenging to analyze, right? Without just completely dumping on Dignitas. So I just gotta say, CLG Red, they look damn good right now.
You don't have to worry. I mean, I think CLG Red kind of dumped on Dignitas themselves, so you know, we don't have to do that for them. But yeah, it just goes to show that at the moment, CLG Red, they're head and shoulders, Steph, above the rest of the NA scene at the moment.
Yeah, they're definitely in a different category, and it shows not only today in the server, but it's also throughout the year, right? They play in ESC Advanced, they play versus better competitors. And look at this today, you know, Emmy and Diane just showing why they're some of the best player in the world. You saw this also in protocols, in their teamwork. Dig was just not there at all. So I think for Dig, they need to go back to the drawing board, at least on Inferno, really step up their game when it comes to playing teams as high as the caliber as CLG Red.
Yeah, perhaps they would have had a better shot at Nuke on the third map, but for them to go to Nuke, they would have to have won their own map pick first, and already that came as a struggle there on Train earlier today, Potter. I mean, I say earlier today because it feels like it was a very long time ago with the big break in between. But yeah, CLG Red, what more can we say? They were amazing. Actually, I know what we can say because with us, that's the doorbell, with us is Diane. Diane, congratulations.
Thank you.
I have to say, you guys won. Like, it was pretty dominant. I'm going to say it very politely. You guys absolutely showed dominance. What do you think allowed you to win as easily as you did today?
We finally won a pistol. Actually, we won both pistols this time. I'm really proud of my team. That's the only thing that really screwed us over. The first map was not winning pistols. So I'm just really proud of everybody.
And for us, I mean, the person that we choose to interview is normally the MVP in our eyes. So you're our MVP. But
Really?
It is, yes.
Diane, let's go!
Yay!
Oh, actually, we also have you, we can already say that right now, as tournament MVP as well. Not
Really?
just the series, yes. This
Yeah.
is basically saying
Yay!
you're the best CS player in the women's scene in NA. Hands down.
Yay!
So congratulations.
Yay, thank you.
But my
You-
question was going to be, sorry,
ahead.
who is your MVP?
Say yourself, Diane.
No, that's so hard to pick. I mean, like honestly, everybody's MVP in my eyes. Like everybody does, it's a team game at the end of the day and everybody does their job and that's how we win.
I have to ask, compared to last Showdown, you parted ways with your coach, who's now coaching in EU and whatnot. And I hear a lot of behind the scene of CLG Red, obviously. But we heard a lot about how you had to step up and become kind of both the coach, the backbone, the IGL, the upper. Like, you've had to do a lot of work this season and overall the last 6 months. Can you talk to us a little bit about it?
Yeah, I mean, I think because we lost our coach, which is he's a viable part of the team. It kind of just made everybody step up to the game. It made me step up more. It made Goose step up more. Jen, Emmy, Yuli, like everybody just stepped up more losing a coach. And I think that it kind of showed last season too. We almost made playoffs. So I think it just shows that everybody, no matter what, is always going to put in hard work and effort. And even though we won, we're still going to continue to keep grinding. Just because we got first doesn't mean anything. You can never get too complacent.
Nice, nice. Diane, congrats on the MVP. It had to be you, man. Your stats this tournament were out of this world as that in-game leader. It's so fantastic to watch. I wanted to ask you, it seemed like in that server you had a statement to make, even after rounds that you had spectacular kills. You looked pissed, actually. So I wanted to ask, where was this confidence coming from? What were the conversations like in Discord leading up to this series? Were you guys talking to each other up, just gassing each other up, like we're definitely the favorites? Or did you think that there'd be a chance that it would be close like it has been in the past?
Absolutely not. The only reason why it came close to on train, for me at least, I think, is because we lost pistols, and it's because we lost both. And we only realistically lost like 4 or 5 gun rounds versus them. If we actually won pistols, it would have been way easier for us. I literally, after pistol on Inferno, I literally said, look how easy it is after we win pistol. So for me, that's like the only thing really. I think I have a bunch of crackheads on my team, so they're all like just singing songs. Like, it's a great atmosphere, honestly.
Kindergarten.
Yeah. We saw the sunglasses on Emmy.
Oh my God.
It's great. It's absolutely great to watch. You guys are on the NA side, so you're like, it's afternoon for you, sort of, probably around there. And I know it's a bit tricky to celebrate outside anything of the likes, but I'm curious how you're going to celebrate your victory with the squad anyway.
Everybody's kind of doing their own thing. I was hoping to make some homemade pasta today, actually. So
Ooh,
got a little victory dinner for
fancy.
myself. Yes.
That sounds great.
Diane, what are you looking for 2021? We don't know if COVID is going to allow us to have lands. I know Exet, you have your eyes into beating down once again on land, but what if there's no land tournaments? What is your goal for 2021?
We want to make MDL on ESA 100%. I
Nice.
think that's our main goal right now. It's our main focus. And with some new things that are going to be announced, hopefully it happens next season.
Ooh. Announcement of an announcement.
Ooh.
I like it.
An announcement.
All right, Diane. It has been a pleasure watching you play and talk to you. So thank you for taking the time for that. And yeah, once again, congratulations.
Thank you so much. I love all you guys.
So,
Congrats, Diane.
Thank you. Also, don't forget our flood date tomorrow.
All right, got you.
Okay.
an absolute pleasure. I mean, it comes across so wholesome, right? I mean, I know it's like the winter months and December and stuff, but they were just having fun in the server. Sorry, Dignitas, because I don't think they were having fun, but like they are in it to win it, and they are looking ahead. They just want to like. It's the same thing that we saw from Crasilia when we talked to her. It's like, yay, we won. However, we should have done better. Like,
Yeah.
competitiveness, it never stops.
Also, when you're in the comfort of your home, there's definitely something that's missing about that victory, right? There's no confetti, there's no trophy to lift, there's no pictures to be taken. So it's definitely, a great moment for them, but we can't blame them for just being like, okay, what do I do with this victory? I'm stuck at home,
No, absolutely. It is a very a difficult thing to do. But you know what they could be doing? They could be watching the stream and reliving some of the best moments of this past week, Steph. I have number one for you. We have the top 5 plays of the entire tournament.
Absolutely. Let's start with Claudia on Galaxy Racer versus No Fear. That 4K retake on Vertigo was really sealing the deal here in this BO3, showing the world that they are the number 2 team in EU, and No Fear is not ready yet to take on that challenge.
Good stuff. This A retake is so challenging as well. But play number 4, we got Anna. We got No Scopes coming out on Vertigo once again. She's actually able to get 3 kills for herself. And Anna, she didn't have the best tournament in the world, but she provided just insane rounds and insane shots just like this. And it was such a treat to watch.
Our NA MVP is number 3 with that 4K up on Trin. When you thought that round was gonna go dig away, Diane said, hell no, look at these flicks, these 4K to secure the bomb plant and win that round from Diane.
Diane's so strong, so strong. Play number 2, it's Andrea, a newcomer, at least for me, and she absolutely impressed me. The way that she just was so bold in this play, Wing forward, and that crosshair placement on that last kill, it was spectacular.
It was, couldn't believe the last kill on Juliana on there. Let's see it again, pow! And number 1, it's another crazy moment, and this time from Krasi, our ex-set EU player. Look at this. She's gonna get 2 kills with 1 bullet, Christine. That 4K after plant. Boop. Get ready, guys.
I think the best part about this clip was her reaction as well on the player cam. Like, she was just like, what? Okay, we take those. We take those.
Absolutely. I'm very happy we have 2 very worthy champions crowned today, but I'm also kind of sad because that means, when there's champions, that means there's nothing more. Well, by the way, we could crown those champions because of our awesome sponsors, Monster Energy and the US Air Force, so thank you so much. But ladies, I mean, we're coming to a close here. Steph, do you have any kind of message, final words, thoughts about the tournament?
Absolutely. We showed this week that girls can game, but also that the new coming teams, you still need to work hard, grind, and show that world that it's not only about CLG and XSET, it's about all these beautiful teams trying to perform. We want to see newcomers, we want to see upsets, and I can't wait for this tournament to happen again.
How about you, Potter?
Yeah, those are good words. Good words. I'm just excited that we had some fantastic Counter-Strike. I'm excited that my eyes have been open to some newcomers into the scene, those superstar moments. I just mentioned Andrea, there was Wiki, there was Jamie. There was a lot of players that really stood out to me, I think. And I think that's exciting. It's really exciting to have those stars to kind of build off of. So hopefully, 2021, we can see some more competitive Counter-Strike coming out from the women's scene.
I hope so too. And I think definitely from what I saw in the summer and from what I saw this time around, I think it is safe to say that this is a growing scene, and all the practice does pay off. We see people improving. Sure, the top is still the top, but hey, maybe first of all, they could just be better, but they could also just be practicing more and practicing harder. You know, there's always someone that's putting in more time, more effort than you. You always gotta do what it takes to take that crown, and I'm very happy we saw that here today as well, with two fantastic champions, Exet, of course, on the European side, and then just now CLG Red taking the crown on the North American division of the DreamHack Showdown Winter. And with that, I want to say thank you. And I want to say thank you to like so many people, to everyone that is watching. Obviously, first of all, you guys are awesome. You guys are part of the reason why we put this up. And I want to say thank you also on behalf of everyone working, not just us three, not just the commentators, but also everyone that is involved behind the camera. There is such a passionate group of people that are so passionate about this project. And we should definitely see more of this. And I can't wait to be there watching along the way as well. It has been a joy for me personally. This is not necessarily the first, but definitely the most involved I've ever been in any CSGO thing. So that was a personal win for me, especially also getting to work with, these lovely ladies. I went the wrong way. But yeah, no, it has absolutely been fantastic. And I hope to have many, many, many more returns of this. And with that, though, I mean, it has to come to an end. So all I can now do is wish you happy holidays. I know holidays kind of suck this time around, but you can still make the most of it anyway. Make sure you give your friends a call. You know, Zoom calls, they're maybe a little bit, summer, but they're still hot and happening. And yeah, just happy holidays. Have a good 2021 and have a great night.
There are pains we gotta follow, there are pains we cannot run when we're looking down the barrel of a gun. Be the hunter or the hunted, be the predator or prey. Make some noise and let the world hear what we say. 'Cause we are one. 'Cause we are one. Ow! Can't be saints, can't be sinners, can't be losers, can't be winners. We are one. Yeah, we are one. We stand united. We fight until the end. We never stop, never break, never bend. We stand united. Together rise and fall. 'Cause it's all for one, one for all. Yeah, it's all for one, one for all. It is not about surviving, either living or you're dying. Stand your ground and never ever be afraid. We can choose to make a difference. We can choose to walk away. There's a choice we make.